Welcome back, and today we'll be talking about the solenoids. These guys. And these guys will be the tactile feedback where you'll feel the tickety-tackety, and then that would vibrate onto the cabinet itself, and then you'll be able to feel it when you're playing the games. Aha! So let's get on with it. Let's have a look at all the stuff that we will be needing. Here we see we have a standard master plug. We'll need one of them. We'll need a power source that would do 12 volts. So I actually have picked this one. Then we'll need some of these terminal blocks to help expand some of the wiring. And we definitely need some wires. I've picked this gauge. This is good for 12 volts. Then we also need some diodes. And we'll need a crimper. We'll then have a look at this particular solenoid. And then we also have this heavy duty red one, which we'll also have a look at. And we'll also need a main power switch. We'll definitely need to have this 8-channel relay. This is the item that would help us to turn on and off the solenoids. And I got this from Saint Smart. Now, of course, we'll need that trusty KL25Z board. I nearly forgot to mention about these Wago slicer connectors. They're very handy for connecting whatever unsure wiring you're doing, as you can easily then just unclip them and then just swap them around. So yeah, the flexibility is great. There are two types of solenoids I have in this cabinet. There is this cheap 12 volt from China. You can buy in AliExpress. You can also buy this in AliExpress or even in Amazon. This is a Ford car motor starter solenoid. So that's the other one. Both of these solenoids, they make quite a different sound. There's an extra plastic here that I added to this, which then changes the sound effect as well. So let's go and listen to that. But before that, we'll need to download this USB 8 relay manager, and I'll have to show you that later in the video. This is so we can test out the solenoids. So we'll test fire. So you see, this is the one with the extra piece of plastic to bash onto it. You see, this one doesn't have the extra piece of plastic, so it's just metal and metal sound. Compare the difference. Okay, and then we can have a look at the back solenoids. These are pretty much all the same. It's shivering, it's that one there. Let's go to the back. The loudness of it are quite similar. We have the first solenoid on the left, which is got a bit more of a metal sound to it, and then we have the one with a bit of plastic that sort of mutes it a bit, and then we have the top one, which it's not so metally, it's a bit more of a thud. The car solenoids might have a bit more of a realistic sound and maybe feel to it, but it really depends on what you really feel like. So you can either go with the silver one or the red one. It really depends on what you think. So after this test of like hearing all the sounds and effects, then you can make your own decision. Now you have a better idea of how they sound, and you can make your own decision and pick the one and then go and buy them. And now we will do some wiring. So here we have the expansion lead, where I can switch on and off the individual items if I need to. And then that is then put into the master switch. So you turn on and off underneath the cabinet. This 12 volt power source is then connected to the power board. And also the computer here It's also then connected to the main power source. And the two monitors are also connected to the main power source. This main 12-volt power, I have a yellow and a black, and this is connected to a switch. And that would help it to turn it on and off. We have that switch here. And that's the switch there under the cabinet. Now that we have sorted out our power source, now we can start wiring up our 8 relay, which will then connect to all the solenoids. But even before then, we need to sort out a diagram of how many solenoids that you will be choosing and then organize that. Now, we have the table. So we have the front, we'll have these little things, we'll have the back cabinet. Then we'll have, in front we'll have 1, 2. So this will be the left flipper and the right flipper. Then we have the back part, we'll have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So then these are the 3 solenoids put there. Previously I only had, I didn't have these 2 previously. So today I'm going to add the other wiring, we'll add these 2 together, and then I'll be able to then wire them all up to that 8 relay, and they'll wire up into there, and it gets powered in this little power box, and that's it. Now once we've done this, we'll need to go into another software, which is the D.O.F, and then we'll have to tell that software that what we got set up, and then it would do its magic for us. And I've got a brand new 8 relay. So what is all this? Right, so we have the ground and the power. Then we have the USB connection. So how does it work? So we have the middle one of the 3. This is where our voltage would go in. And we're going to be using 12 volt for the solenoids. So we feed 12 volts into there. So each one of these middle ones can have different voltages, but all of ours are going to be 12. The end one on this side, this is the switch where it will be turned on or off. So we'll put this way connected to our solenoid power, and then when this switch gets turned on or off, there's the gate here for this particular one. So middle one is the power, and then the side ones is where the switch of the feed of power would come on or off. And each time it lights up, when it gets activated, one of the LEDs on there, that would also then light up. So you'll see the solenoid would have the power, which then goes to the outside one of this switch. And then the second one here is the power, 12 volts. Then we have the diode, which is the stripe that's connected to this power. Then the other side of the diode is connected to this ground. Right, and then the ground is actually this feet. So the ground is off the feet, and then you can just daisy chain them to throughout them, and then this one just goes to the ground. I'm going to rewire the old relay because one of them is dead. So I'm going to transfer them all over here. So the first one I'll do is the power and the ground, and this is for the actual board itself. Let's make a clean pass. So I have a 12 volt. This one is coming straight from the power source. Okay, so we have a power. Ground. Okay, so that's this board organized. Then we have this USB port. That's the communication to the computer. So we'll tell it what to do. Now we need to say, we'll do this guy. So we'll wire him. We have the power. This one is wired to this one. Initially, you can install any solenoids to any one of the switches, and it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to follow what I did earlier, so the upgrade will be just a simple upgrade and not a start from scratch. Okay, so that's a switch on and off. The diode is connected to the ground. It just connects to this ground and then goes to the other ground, and then the third one. This one goes to the ground. Then we need the power source. So this is blocked.
Power.
12 volt power. And I've just had one of these is all 12 volts powered, and it just comes from one place. I find these Wago little clips, they're very useful. I can just sort of clip things on and off as I go. 12 volt. That's the hot. You call it hot as well. So this side's all linked up for the hot. I'm going to link the other hot. Link that hot. Okay. It's really in the way, isn't it? Let's just disconnect that for a moment. Okay, so all the hot middle ones, they have all powers, yes. Yeah, that's all power. That's power, that's powered. So everything's powered. Now we just need to feed them to the solenoids. That's one of them. Okay, so that one's set up now. So what's it about diodes? Neighbor stood, he told me a bit about the diodes. So we have the cathode and the anode. Power runs from anode to cathode and not the other way around. So this is to prevent any surge of power that might shoot the wrong direction and damage our devices. So like I said, solenoids will be clickety clackety going on and off quite frequently. Things like that could happen. So we got the extra diodes. I'll take one, take this, and I'll put it to the red. Right, so red, which is the power, goes to the stripe, and then we take that into the ground. This is a ground. Slide into here. Okay, so that's this one. Then we have this one. Don't need that. The strip goes to the red, which will be the power. And take that, put into the black. With that lot. Okay. Right, so there we have it. We have all of them all wired up. And now we need to go to the software side and to have the D.O.F calibrated for the set. Don't forget about this one. So this one, we have two cables coming out of it. So just pick either one. So I picked just this one for the ground, and then I picked the other one for the power. So here you also see there's a diode. And then it goes into a ground. So same as the other one. We need to go and download a driver for the SainSmart 8 relay, and then we also need to have a software to test it all out to make sure that each of them is actually connected well and they're firing. So let's go and do that first. SainSmart for the SainSmart relay. So type SainSmart 8-channel 12-volt USB relay. And we find their website with the item. We go down to this section of the resource. We click manual. We go to our DRM setup. We extract this RAR file. We go in, and then this file, this is for our driver. So we open that up onto our on our cabinet, and that will set up the driver for it. The next file down here, this is just for JavaScript. I don't think we need it, but the file we need for the 8 relay manager that we can test it out is not here. I'll put a link down below so you can download this software. I hope that me redistributing this doesn't break any laws or anything. I'm guessing someone will probably tell me right soon to either take it down or actually point me to the right direction to download it, because I really can't find it anywhere on the internet at the moment. Let's start it up and see would anything go pop. Everything seems to be okay. Let's have a look. Aha, the board is lit, so that's very good. Seems like nothing has gone wrong. So let's just go on to the computer and configure the actual device itself. Alright, so we do our driver, install our driver. Wow. Look at that. Okay, once we've done our driver, and then we open our USB relay, test control. On. All off. There we go. That's all set up. Now that is all set up, we need to go and download the softwares to be able to do the D.O.F. Let's jump on to the mjrnet.org website, and then we scroll, and then we scroll down to this. We click onto the details. We scroll down also to this Windows setup. We download that. And then we take that and we double click it on our cabinet. So let's go over and do that. And this should be able to automatically install everything for you. I did the manual way, so this is the first time for automatic for me. Let's try it out. So here at the cabinet, I've made a link to the file I downloaded. So we'll go and double click on that. Go next. Mine says repair. Yours might be not repair. So we'll just click on, you'll probably click on the top one. We'll go ahead and do that, and that's good. And finish. Now how do we know that we've actually got it installed? So we need to go and open a table, and hopefully the table you've chosen has got a good backglass to it. Not Leprechaun King, but something else. So what shall I load? I will load Tron. I'll try that one out. That one I believe have a good backglass. I'm going to press F5. And then we need to move our mouse to the backglass. And I'll zoom into that back screen. So once you've pressed the right click, this should come up, and then we can go to plugin settings, and then we should see our direct output. There it is. So once it's there, that's activated, so we are set to go. So now we need to go to the D.O.F website to go and do some configuration to add to this. I have labeled this 8, 1, 7, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So let's get the diagram. So we have 4, 5, 6, 1, 8, what's that, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, strange way I have placed it, but that's it. Let's do a search. D.O.F config. D.O.F config tool. Right, so we need to create a username password. First thing we'll see is my account, where it would then tell what we've got. We've got a Sane Smart device and a KO25Z. So one of each. Other stuff, this is where you can add other stuff. Then we go to port assignment. So you'll see here I have a KO25Z board, which I've configured nothing. I just labeled it. Here I have my device. So you'll see here that I have the ports 1 to 8. So I have then not touched any of this other part, like the fans, toys, custom brightness, and LED strips. I have none of that, but I do have 8 ports. So yeah, so we have the slingshot right, which is 1. It's actually slingshot left is 1, slingshot right is 8. In our guide, we have this type of configuration. I don't have the left or right flipper, but I do have these slingshots. I could maybe not have a slingshot and just use the flippers, but I think I will just have this lot. So how would that look like on the config tool? We do have the back bumpers. This is back. We have middles and we have slingshots. So we could just say the bumper middle left, bumper middle center, and middle right. We have slingshots, and so I would have it that and try that out and then see how it goes. And then we save our config to your account. And when you're done, you generate the config, and then that should then automatically have a file downloaded to our desktop quite soon. Once we have that, we'll take that file and we'll jump over to the cabinet. Here we are, the cabinet, and we will go and open my folder where I've put the new config. So we take that and we copy it onto my desktop, and then we extract it and go to our C drive, to the to where the file is, and we would just simply extract the files and copy all that, and then just paste it into that folder. Copy and paste. Replace all, yes please. And then that is complete. So now we need to go and test it by opening a game and just play it. I'll try my best to see can I show you how it would all look like, because I've got my TV or main table is taken out of the cabinet at the moment. So let's see how I can have that shown. The trial was a bit jittery, so I'm going to try this tale from the crypt. Oops! This is the way around. I had it right in the first place. It is 8-1. So you'll see why on the video that the bumper, when it hit the left one, the right one went both. Apart from assigning the slingshot incorrectly, it's a success. So everything is working well, And we have our solenoids installed. So the next thing they'll be looking at after we've got the solenoids all set up, we're going to be looking at the surround sound. This will make it even more exciting. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.